Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. And today we have, that was fast, Big Hero 6, the series. The film, obviously. Well, this is the series. Simple enough. It started in 2017, went all the way through 2020. 3 seasons. And so, yeah, good amount of episodes here. I think there's some of them are kind of short seasons. Where's my controller? There we are. I watched 3 episodes. There's 25, 25, and 10 to finish off the series. So that's 60 episodes. Follows the continuing adventures of Hero and his friends, and also Baymax, the robot his brother invented before an untimely accident. But Hero is now going to college with his friends. He's only 14, and it's kind of a weird situation he's in. And Big Hero 6 isn't even a real superhero team. It's not even a name yet. It's just what the movie was called. In By the way, these characters, or version of them, were all created in a Marvel comic way back when. And but when they were introduced here into film, they were not meant to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe proper. One, because it was animated, and two, it's kind of another alternate reality where San Francisco and Tokyo are kind of combined. San Francisco, so it's a bit of a different world. So you're not going to expect to find Iron Man or Captain America showing up here with these guys, or them even knowing who they are. Even though there is a pretty strong Marvel connection if you watch the movie all the way to the end. That connection has not appeared yet in this film, and more than likely will not. But who knows? What we do have is just the first 2 episodes, I should say. The first 2 episodes are the sort of like the official formation of the Big Hero 6 team. Fred, who is kind of this slacker dude, who hangs out amongst all these other geniuses. He's just rich. He's just blindingly rich, and has way too much time on his hands. And he created his own costume, and he's obsessed with comic books, and he wants everybody to become a superhero. Everybody's after the whole ordeal that happened in the movie. By the way, this acts as an official sequel to the film. So if you're thinking, oh, they're going to do a Big Hero 6 2, well, if they do, they have to invalidate everything that happens in this series, because this picks up, if not days, at least weeks after everything that happened in the film. And everybody's going back to their normal lives. They have no intention of putting on costumes anymore, if not for Fred and his insistence that they do. At the same time, Hero is without Baymax, spoiler, but he finds a way to bring him back. He finds an old chip that he can use that belonged to his brother, that he can use to bring Baymax back to life, and they can be buddies again. And Baymax is not a fighting robot or anything else, really. He's a medical robot. He's meant to provide comfort and aid wherever needed, and he just happens to get a suit of armor in the process that allows him to act more like a warrior type thing, even though it's kind of not in his programming. The other characters, Go-Go, Honey Lemon, Wasabi, they're all there. Some of them are voiced a little bit differently than what they were in the film. Damon Wayans Jr. was in the movie. Carrie Payton, who you might know as King Ezekiel in Walking Dead, he provides a voice for Wasabi. Also, Carrie Payton is also Cyborg in Teen Titans Go. So Carrie is a prolific voiceover actor. So you can find him in just about everything these days, and he is definitely a part of this. The voices that return are like Ryan Potter, still plays Hero. Scott Adsit, who if you don't know his voice, he was kind of the producer, one of the people working on the show that they were making in the TV show 30 Rock with Tina Fey. He was kind of not her boss necessarily, but one of the guys running the show. And yeah, he was like this nervous type guy. and he plays Baymax. He played him in the movie, and he played him in this. And I don't think he played him in the shorts. We actually watched the shorts a couple of months ago, and yeah, weird. I think Genesis Rodriguez and Jamie Chung, who played Honey Lemon and Go-Go respectively, are back, and you'll recognize the voice of Diedrich Bader throughout this. He's if you know who Diedrich Bader is, you've heard his voice in a ton of cartoons and also live action stuff. He was known mostly for the Drew Carey Show originally, and he was in Office Space. I know I'm going back more than 20 years for a lot of these references, but you've heard his voice. If you've watched any cartoons, you heard his voice. Yeah, so Maya Rudolph also returns. She from Saturday Night Live and The Good Place, and she plays the mom, or the aunt. Sorry, Aunt Cass, not mom. It's one of those Disney tropes that hero doesn't have parents. So, well, in a sense, Aunt Cass is a mom to him. So, but there always has to be a dead parent situation. So, anyway, there's Alan Tudyk does show up in this at some point. John Michael Higgins, a voice you'd recognize if you've ever watched Best in Show and things like that. I have to mention also, come on, where is it? Andy Richter shows up, and also Sean Giambrone. Sean Giambrone, whatever. It's Italian sounding, but he plays Adam on Adam on the Goldbergs. There we go. Brain not working. But yeah, so this has got a big, colorful cast. The action, the animation, as you'll already recognize, is 2D, not 3D. It's very flat drawn, or it's all made in a computer, but it's still 2D style animation. But it keeps very much in the spirit of the original film. It doesn't have that kind of big scope because it has to tell more personal stories in a shortened period of time. So it lets these characters grow a little bit. In the third episode that I watch, since there's a new dean, she takes a certain interest in watching over a hero and his well-being because he's a kid in college. So she introduces him to the former youngest youngest student in the college, and it's a young woman who's about his age, a little bit older, and she is supposed to take him on. They're supposed to be friends and work together and help each other out, because they're kind of strangers amongst all these grown-up kids, adults. They're adults. Of course, creates a bit of a rivalry because he's sort of taken her, what she's known for, being the smartest young kid in the school. So, and it's a school full of geniuses. There's nobody slacking in this school. It's if you're slacking, you're still a million times smarter than just about anybody in any school anywhere. So it creates some little tension here and there. She kind of falls in love with Hiro in his superhero persona, but has nothing but contempt for him when he's standing right in front of her as a normal guy. Somehow she can't see the difference. Throughout this, there are a number of comic book references, especially in the third episode. That's where we meet Sean Giambrone's character. He is a rival to Fred, and he is a super nerd who collects comics as well. And the comic they seek out a comic that might give secrets to solving a problem with some villains, or so they think. There's the great thing about the third episode is that it has a mother-daughter singing dancing team that sing and dance together to rob banks and commit crimes, and it's actually a really funny take on that type of villain. Some of the goofy villains that we've seen in Marvel and DC and things like that. It just in this they do a really good job of. I don't know. It's you have to see it to understand. I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's funny. It's got a little bit of a Dazzler vibe, but also we're committing crimes while you watch us move. So yeah, it's a fun show, and I'm probably gonna hopefully finish it off. I'm gonna add this to my playlist. So lots more adventures to come with the Big Hero 6 gang. There's talk, because there's no more stuff involving them. There's talk that there could be at some point a live action Big Hero 6. Never know. Give it some time. Might be joining the MCU at some point without the San Francisco situation. Well, I mean, there's a multiverse that we're about to explore with Doctor Strange next year, so who knows? And with Spider-Man too. Who knows what we'll run into? So yeah, I highly recommend it. It's good fun. It's got lots of action. It's really colorful, and the characters are the ones you remember. They're fun, and I mean, like Wasabi is this big burly guy, and he's such a wuss for the most part. He doesn't like to fight, and he's very well. I shouldn't say wuss. He's just more. He's a pacifist. He's scared easily until the adrenaline starts pumping, and the girls are either they're not there to fight. They don't think that they're supposed to be superheroes, but that soon changes as they realize that they can make some changes in the town, in the city, in the world where they live. So that's kind of the whole concept of the movie here, and now series. All right, let's pick out tomorrow's episode. I haven't done this in a while. Well, I guess yesterday we did it, but
59.
59? We just did 58, right? That was 58. It's supposed to be random, not consecutive. All right, well, it doesn't matter. It would have been nice to do 57. We could have done the Big Hero 6 movie. But instead, we're in documentary territory again. We're going to visit Big Sur, Wild California. This is part of that Wild series from National Geographic. So I don't know if it's a series or if it's a single, but we'll find out soon enough with Big Sur, Wild California on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.